Are you a solo player looking to farm Grandmaster Nightfalls? Are you a player just looking to farm Grandmaster Nightfalls at best? But every time you load into these LFG teams, you get kicked before the game starts.
Why? Why?
Because you don't have that ever so fancy Conqueror seal, or you don't have that perfect Omnioculus build, or you don't have that perfect well-locked build. Must know what to do. Must be level 1 million on the season pass. Must know how to melt the boss by showing your ass. I don't know some of the daft stuff that goes on there. It wouldn't surprise me. But I'm going to be bringing you a build today that can farm every single Grandmaster in the game. It can farm every single Master Lost Scepter in the game. You're going to be getting that sweet double reward loot this week. You're going to be getting that sweet exotic out of that Lost Scepter. And you're going to be doing it flawless as well. You're going to be leaving these LFG teams with their mouse hitting the floor, tail between their legs, begging you for just one more night. Begging you for just one more run. This is going to have the LFG team sweating, looking you up. So be warned. You're going to be making champions look stupid in the hardest of content. You're going to be putting out some of the most outrageous damage in the game with one exotic primary. The crowd control is going to be god tier. So if all that sounds good, then let's get the build. There's one exotic that springs to mind which enabled me to pretty much get high DPS within a matter of seconds, and that is the malfeasance hand cannon. This did receive a 20% buff at the start of season 21, but coming into season 22 it's going to get an even bigger buff as well. So you can imagine this build is going to be even better next season. So malfeasance comes with explosive shadow. It comes with 20 shots in the chamber, and every 5 slugs that you hit explodes enemies for even more damage. It can stun unstoppable champions as well, but also we can output some of the most craziest damage in the game. With the exotic that we're going to be pairing it with, it has an increase of 25% damage against taken enemies. So there's 3 main important components to this build. First one being the hunter's aspect. Widow Silk, this is going to give us an extra shackle grenade, enabling us for more suspension. Then you're going to pair it with thread of continuity, so any strand debuffs that we have in effect, it's going to last 50% longer. So with Widow Silk, thread of continuity and thread of generation, this enables us to keep our grenade energy up at all times, enabling us to have pretty much infinity crowd control. The exotic we're going to be pairing the malfeasance with is the Lucky Pants. When we ready a fully loaded hand cannon that is kinetic or damage that matches our subclass, each hit from the hand cannon increases the damage of the next shot. So when you reach 10 stacks, it's going to give you a massive 600% damage increase. The malfeasance is one of the fastest hand cannons in the game that packs a massive punch. I can't believe that I've not paired it with this before. I've made one with Stasis and the Crimson, but I've not made it with malfeasance and Strand, which I kind of feel a bit upset about that I've not actually made it sooner. So we've covered the exotic weapon of choice, the exotic armor piece, and now we'll cover the fragments. The first fragment I chose to run is Thread of Warding. This is going to give us a massive 60% damage resist when we pick up an Orb of Power with Woven Mail. There was a fragment that stood out to me from the beginning that enabled me to reduce the outgoing damage of our enemies, which is Thread of Isolation. Landing rapid precision hits emits a severing burst that's going to last even longer with Thread of Continuity. So basically severing an enemy is going to reduce their damage output significantly. As you can imagine, in Grandmasters and stuff, having the severing effect is going to be amazing. Then the last fragment we chose to run is Thread of Generation. As we went over, dealing any kind of damage is going to generate grenade energy, feeding back into our shackle grenade loop. As for stats, I go with 100 resilience and 100 discipline, just for the extra regen for your grenade. The mods we chose to run with this build on the helmet, we've got Dynamo. This will reduce our super cooldown when we use our class ability near enemies. Then we have Kinetic Siphon. This is going to create an overpower every time we get rapid kills with our malfeasance. On the arms, we chose Bolstering Detonation, grants us class ability energy when we cause damage with our grenade. Our shackle grenades deal damage. Then we've got a grenade kickstart mod. When our grenade is fully expended, when we throw it, we're going to gain a chunk of grenade energy back as well. Then we've got Impact Induction, causing damage with our melee attack, reduces our grenade cooldown. On the Lucky Pants, we chose Elemental Charge. Destroying a strand tangle has an escalated chance to give us an armor charge. So when we sever our enemies that are suspended, it's going to create a tangle for us. Then we chose 2 Kinetic Surge armor mods to give us an extra 17% damage increase with the malfeasance. It also stacks with Lucky Pants. Finally, on the cloak, we ran 2 bomber mods. This is going to reduce our grenade cooldown when we use our dodge. And then we've got Reaper. Every time we do a dodge and we get a kill with our weapon, it's going to spawn an overpower, giving us armor charges and also woven mail in the process. So that's going to cover the build, guys. I hope it helps you farm your grandmasters. Hope you get that sweet loot that you are after. I don't know why I've not covered this build before. It just seems like the right time, as malfeasance could be getting another buff next season. So this build is going to be top drawer next season. Thank you all for watching. As usual, thank you for your continued support. Much love. I'm Creamslice. Peace.